Good morning, ladies. It's Amy here. I hope you can hear me okay. There's not too much of an echo because I can hear a bit of an echo. But anyways, so I'm here with Amy Bolton, Live Healthy, Be Happy. I help women who are struggling with postpartum depression and anxiety overcome that and get better, back to enjoying their lives and being the people that they are truly meant to be. So I'm here today to talk to you about some tips and tricks for traveling. I love traveling with my family. It's one of my passions. It's what we end up having to do because we do live very far away from things. I'm just going to, while I have you here, I'm just going to quickly share this video with my group of lovely ladies. So I have a group, and if you have not yet joined me in that group, let me know and I will get you in touch with that. So I'm just going to share this. And so, tips and tricks for traveling. Do you like traveling? I love traveling. So here's my group. And we're sharing with them, which is good. So, tips and tricks for traveling with baby. So of course, my little ones are a little bit older right now, and yesterday we did a very long travel. So it was like 1,000 kilometers, which works out to be about 10 or 12 hours in the vehicle, depending. Definitely if I had a much younger baby, it would have been much longer. And that's because little ones, our little babies need to stop quite often if we're breastfeeding, nursing, if you don't have any, sometimes we have bottles pumped, but sometimes they don't take a bottle. I know my youngest didn't take a bottle, so travel was very slow with her. So that's kind of that, and my girls have gotten to be quite the travelers because I've been very persistent with continuously getting them out there and in the vehicle and doing these things. And they've gotten to be, like I say, really good. They, last night about the last hour coming in, it was pretty late, so they were getting cranky, but that's understandable after being in the vehicle for so long. So some of my tips and tricks are, like I said, taking extra time. This is big, taking lots of extra time. I remember when both of my girls were little, we'd stop every 3 to 4 hours and we'd take a good, half hour breastfeeding to an hour break, walking around, stretching, letting them crawl around, depending how mobile your little one is, letting them move around the vehicle, having a safe place for them to move around and play, stretch, and we've got lots of cute little pictures of us traveling together with the little ones. So this is like traveling in a vehicle. It's generally what we do. I have traveled with my little ones, my oldest, in an airplane as well, so it's going to be much similar. I know in some airlines, check it out because I seen a really cool thing. It's called the family bed or cot. I have to look for it. I seen this article, and you can rent 3 seats and they fold out, and so it's like a bed, so you can lay there and nurse your child, and there's a buckle for a harness for the child to be in, so they can kind of roll around and play, or 2 children can lay there. It's just like amazing. So like it's pretty cool how airlines are coming more family friendly for us families. So the biggest thing, like I said, is planning extra time, making sure you have that time for extra stops and breastfeeding, stretching, exploring. I know as your children get older, they like to explore. I know yesterday, one of our first stops after a few hours, the girls just were running around and playing, and they love doing that. And if you have a little one, it may be safer for them just to be in the vehicle crawling around, especially if they're not walking yet. Letting them just crawl around and explore in the vehicle, move those muscles, get out of the car seat. I know those car seats can be really uncomfortable. So that's a big one. So planning for that time and being okay with that, right? The other thing is being flexible and going with the flow. So I know this has always been hard for me. Sometimes I like to be stuck to rigid plans, and the kids like to go with the flow, and we need to remember that you need to go with what they need to do. So stop when you need to. I bring a lot of song into our trips, so we sing lots of songs that help keep us going, right? If we're feeling a little tension, we might just start singing songs, and I've sang some of these songs with my girls since they were really little. So if it's kind of close to nap time, you can plan your trip right around nap time, and then if you have a lullaby that helps them calm them down, you can sing that lullaby to help bring them put them into that nap or help relax them. So those are some tools that I've been using since my little ones were tiny. So think about that. If you have a little baby, what songs can you keep consistent in their routine that's going to help them calm them down as they get older, right? So keeping that song consistent is going to help them relax and help them bring them back to a calm, more relaxed state as you're traveling. I know the other thing I've done too is through Parent Child Mother Goose program. I teach telling stories to parents and bonding and connecting that way through song, stories, and rhymes. So stories have always been a great way for me to connect with my daughter. We were telling these stories when she was a little baby at these programs. So she remembers the stories, and just hearing mom's voice, and it also helps so you're not going back to that old classic, shh, it's okay, calm down, or whatever. It gives you something else to use in your toolbox, right? So telling them a story that they've heard for years, and it kind of brings different emotions and different sounds to your voice, different highs and lows, and it may help calm them down in the vehicle. I know it's helped a lot in a lot of our car rides from being little to older, and this is it takes consistency, right, with the little babies all the way up to when they're my oldest is 6 years old now, 7 in the spring. So these are some things that I've been using, and it helps a lot. Now the biggest thing is having fun, playing games, and just enjoying it, like I say, songs and all that sort of thing, having fun, exploring, finding things that you like to do, getting out, going for walks, doing that sort of stuff. And then mindset is huge. So remembering ahead of time, you're going to be okay, it's going to work out. And remembering that, if you have to say that mantra, I'm going to be okay, I'm safe, I am just traveling with my children, or my baby, I'm going to be okay, it's going to be okay. Take a couple of deep breaths and go with it. It's going to work out. So that's going to be your biggest thing is making sure your mindset's okay. And I know if I feel myself shifting, like, have you had something to eat in the last while? I know sometimes we're not eating when we're traveling, so making sure you're eating, make sure you're hydrated, so making sure you are okay. You are looking after all of your needs, right? So food, water are big things, right? And then again, do you need a break? Make sure you're pulling over so that you're getting that exercise, that stretching. Are you getting tired? Making sure you're doing those things. Do you need to get that extra rest ahead of time? So make sure you're going to bed early the night before so that you are rested, because our energy, our mindset is going to play a huge role in how our children are reacting and how to travel with them. So that's my number one huge tip for you. So I hope that helps, ladies. Let me know in the comments, do you have any other tips or tricks that you find helpful when you're traveling? If you do, feel free to leave them. I'm sure that a lot of other women will be appreciative of that. And the other thing that I want to share with you and that I'm super excited about is I'm just starting my free relationship 5-day to a better relationship challenge. So it's 5 days to a better relationship. I'm going to send you tips and tricks and action steps that you can take in your own life to have a better relationship. And after baby, of course, right? So I work with women postpartum depression and anxiety. Generally speaking, that is the time when women are struggling, or when relationships are struggling the most, is right after we have baby. I know it was huge in my life. I had to put a lot of work in. I had to take a lot of steps to make that happen. So, and statistically, sadly enough, today more than ever, divorce rates are at an all-time high. And right after baby is when, statistically, when relationships struggle the most. So let's put our work in, let's make this happen. Let's keep things together. And statistically, it also says that it does impact children down the road, dealing with all of that stress and trauma and all those extra things. So we want to keep our relationships together. So if you want to join my 5-day free relationship challenge, let me know. I can tag the link to sign up in the comments. I will be doing that. I can do that right here actually. And then the other thing, if you have any questions, any comments, let me know. Feel free to leave it in the comments. Again, share your tips and tricks for traveling. And I'm sure you're going to be supportive. You're going to be helping lots of other women with that. Again, thank you for joining me, ladies. And if you're watching the replay, feel free to comment too. Let me know if you're watching the replay. I always love seeing who's watching the replay. And you guys have a fabulous Tuesday. And I'm off to a workshop to get some wonderful knowledge, and I will be sharing that with you in the coming few days. So join up for the challenge because it starts on Monday, October 1st, and sign up as soon as possible so that you can take advantage of all of the wonderful things that I have for you. Have a wonderful day, ladies. Talk to you later.